Hello everyone and welcome to my Minecraft world. This video will be giving you guys a quick tour of my little compound I've got going here. It is fairly simplistic, so do mind the mess that I have got scattered about. Most of the stuff is under construction and will be improved upon, but I'll give you guys a tour of what I do have so far, and as you can see I've got a few windmills in the background there, but why don't we go ahead and start with my little shed over here. Alright, so inside the shed I've got very sparsely populated items. It's pretty Spartan-like, but as you can see I've got a few unlit torches from, gosh, a while ago now. But these were kind of from the beginning when I was, without electricity, which I do have now, and I can use lights to power the room here and give it some brightness. But I was using torches before, and I kind of just kept these for keepsake, just to remind myself of how much progress I've made. So here I've obviously got a bed, which I use to sleep. It's not even dyed, it's so rudimentary. And then I've got my small little kitchen here. It's really simplistic, but I do have a spice rack going with some salt, garlic, tomato, tea leaves, spice leaves, vanilla flowers, and hot sauce, and more salt, and got a few cookbooks and recipe books here, and a furnace to cook everything in. And here's my supplies: just a bunch of meat, veggies, breads, wheat, barley, rye. That's about it. And this is a little makeshift chest that I will be moving towards the farm later on. I can find the time. But that's about it. Fairly simplistic. And as you can see, I've got the wire running in there to power my lights. Up here, I've got a little floodlight that I keep off unless it's night, because those things really drain your batteries quick. And this windmill system does have wires coming off the back, as you can see, and those kind of thread up through the back of those trees there, come into the house, and most of the power really goes to our battery outlet back here, which I use to transform a lot of the power, kind of step it down, and make it usable for a lot of the machines in this factory I've got going. Really beautiful blocks as well. These cautionary yellow blocks, they come from a mod called Chisel, and a lot of these blocks do. Spinning fins, the metal factory blocks, and even these little metallic blocks down here, they all come from Chisel. And as you can see here, I've got a whole bunch of industrial craft blocks here that I use to put together components. And here we've got all kinds of factory stuff, stuff for the windmills, stuff for the water mills, miscellaneous cables and things. So this is our little factory, and again, it is powered by lights. Thank God for electricity. So if we go up here, I can show you guys the little battery outlet I've got going. Up here first, I've got a solar array. This does provide a decent amount of power for the factory and the battery outlet, but really most of our energy comes from those windmills. And I do thread a lot of the power down here towards other components I've got running over there, like the floodlights and miscellaneous other things. And here I've got a few bat boxes that relay power to our factory and our house and other places. And I kind of lay these cautionary blocks down just in case, because you can get shocked by these HV cables, and they take a lot of hearts. So here I've got the transformers, again, more cautionary blocks. There you go, I just got shocked. And a couple of transformers here to step the power down, because actually the windmills generate very high amounts of power, and you can't really feed that straight into bat boxes or into appliances like I've got at the factory. Otherwise they'll be overloaded and explode. So I use these transformers to step the power down, and then proceed to relay it. So a nice little setup I've got here. This is kind of the more advanced portions of my world, where I've got steel and energy and batteries and cables. But everything else is kind of still rudimentary. As you can see, I've got a little farm here. I've got chickens and eggs and things. So it is a fairly simplistic lifestyle. I've even got a little fireplace from the campfire mod and these tents that actually founded the compound. Most of the compound was built around this little area here. I'd set up a few tents and decided, you know what, this is a nice place. I'm gonna set some roots down here. and I did. I grew a farm and then chickens and then we got electricity and then factories and blocks and metal. So this is kind of where everything started. Moving onwards, as you can see, we've still got that windmill farm up there. I've got ladders and little cables running down the back of them. I keep those ladders there just in case I need to access the rotor if it's broken and replace it. But otherwise, I don't really tend to go up there very much. And it looks like we've got a nice wind today. Those rotors are spinning. Some more electric floodlights that I only keep on during the night because they do burn a lot of electricity real fast. A couple chests there for just the farm, and then I've got more cables running down here. I've got actually a water mill down here, similar to my windmill, but it generates electricity from the water instead of the air. And here I've got a little dock. I do a little fishing here from time to time, but nothing major. And here is another major part of my compound. As you can see, I've got train tracks going all the way down into the mine here. And here I have a bit of a furnace and refinery place. Bring a lot of the raw metals up here and purify them. Grindstones and buckets and lava and all sorts of stuff. This is a nice place. I had a lot of fun designing this. The chains especially I really enjoyed. All of these extra components, the kettles and the anvils and the chains, all come from a mod called Dark Roleplay Medieval. Nice mod, but it is a little difficult to work around. It's got its own recipes and things like that. So very pretty, but a little difficult to work with. Anyway, so here's my chest with all my metals and things, and here's my refinery, my little smeltery. I'll throw metals in here and then cast them out into these tables and basins, and that'll solidify the metal, and I can just chuck that back in here when it's cooled off, and I can use it. As you can see, I've got ingots and things. And here I've got a whole bunch of buckets and racks full of just mining materials and miscellaneous medieval gear. And here I've got a little makeshift furnace, or I'll cook a few things, either food or simple materials you can purify with just heat, and that don't need to be totally smelted down with lava. And I've got some more of those fire pits from the Dark Roleplay Medieval mod. Miscellaneous blocks, bricks, and that is the little refinery I've got going. And all the way down here I've got a mining system. My cart seems to be all the way down there. But aside from that, that's about it for the compound so far, guys. I really had a lot of trouble building this bridge too, since I was trying to incorporate those water mills down there. It was a little bit of a hassle, but looks like the sun is setting and it's time for this video to just about come to a close. So hopefully you all liked it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.